Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are deep in the valley on the Texas Tropical Trail, taking some nature in at the Santa Ana National Wildlife Refuge. And as soon as you get there, you're greeted by all manner of birds, such as those red-winged blackbirds. They're called red-winged blackbirds because they have red on their wings. Yeah, I know. But this place is a pretty cool place. It's a nice little refuge for all different types of birds and animals to come and relax. It got a couple of lakes, a couple of ponds for them to find a home, have enough water, find food, and everything. It's a great place for migrating birds to make their stop going north or going south, depending on the season. So it's always a great place year round to go and find some cool birds to look at. Now, there's supposed to be something over there that I was mad at. Oh, yes, I was taking a trail and it was blocked off. And I walked there. Now I have to walk back, which I hate because I prefer circular trails, not trails that end in one direction. Anyways, there's a snowy egret for you, just hanging out, waiting for nice fish to eat. But if you walk around, the trails are pretty well marked and you're able to see different wildlife, such as another snowy egret just trying to find something to eat. I know the feeling, snowy egret. I know that feeling. But if you walk around, you can see the area. Once again, apparently there's alligators, which I saw none. But they have plenty of little resacas and streams and canals to keep you entertained, hoping to find elusive birds. Some areas have this moss growing on them, which is pretty cool. It makes for a nice atmosphere and it makes you look like you're someplace mysterious and spooky, which I always like. Apparently, it doesn't really damage the trees, it just sort of hangs there. So they don't take them off or anything, and if it's there, then it's there for good. I guess that's okay. But the trails lead you around close to the Rio Grande. You can see Mexico at certain points. At other points, you're just walking around, checking things out, seeing how things are. The trails are pretty easy since there's no elevation gain, it's pretty flat. And there's plenty of trails to keep you entertained. The trails are all sort of different, so there's a little bit of everything. There's covered trails, there's non covered trails, there's flat trails and flatter trails, and trails that lead you past the Rio Grande, that's Mexico on the other side, which looks just like this side. And I always like just walking along the Spanish Moss. It's one of my favorite hikes. But this place is pretty cool. It's been pretty dry this summer, but it's still a nice little refuge for all the birds to come. And my favorite thing about this place is that they have these observation towers with some rope bridges that you can go and experience. And I'm usually afraid of heights, but I like stuff like this. It makes me feel safe. So once I'm up there, I'm okay. And I like experiencing these bridges. One is higher than the other, so you're able to look down on the other people trying to cross the bridge. It's not as scary as you think. It doesn't wave or shake as much as you would think it would shake. It's pretty sturdy. Those ropes are pretty good and pretty strong. So don't worry if you're afraid of heights. I always start off a little bit slow, but then eventually my fear leaves me and I'm able to properly enjoy this place, and I like walking back and forth. And there aren't usually a lot of people there, so you pretty much sometimes get the bridge all to yourself and you can do silly things on them and take a look at the nature and everything. There's a couple of markers that you can look at, which are always good, and then continue with the different hikes, with the different places to see. And I think that's an oriole, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's an oriole for you. I think it's a hooded oriole. Um, you can go and see some platforms where they have some other oxbow lakes that have been left behind by the Rio Grande, and get to hopefully see some wildlife while you're there. I myself love those palm trees, so I'm here for the palm trees because they always make me feel good. The area has a lot of bird blinds where you can go and just check out birds and hang out in the shade, look out into the wetlands, and hopefully see some wildlife. I think it's a great egret, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, go out there and take some of the hikes. It's always fun. And there's plenty of them. So just choose one or two and spend a nice little morning or afternoon just doing your hike and getting in some exercise. The place is really well kept and really well maintained. So if you come here, you'll be satisfied. There'll be plenty of trees, plenty of places to just sit and rest. I think all state parks should have benches because some of us can't handle it. Anyways, I hope you've been liking these videos, and I hope you go out there and hike and take in some of Texas scenery. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.